Within your due diligence time period, you'll have the opportunity to have a home inspection performed along with any other inspections that you may wish to have done. This is a critical time during your buyer due diligence to make sure that we're getting everything right. In a lot of cases, you as a buyer can actually decide whether you want to have a home inspection, or any inspections for that matter, done or not. In my professional, humble opinion as a trusted real estate advisor, you should always, at a minimum, have a general home inspection done so that you know what the current condition of the home is. It goes back to that old saying, caveat emptor. Caveat emptor means buyer beware. Let's make sure that you are aware of what's going on with the place that's going to be your new home. As you move through the closing process, sometimes you're going to be feeling a little bit anxious and you're going to be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I just want you to know that's completely normal. After all, buying a home is most of our largest purchase that we'll ever make. At the same time, it's important to keep perspective and keep your cool, and remember the hashtag JTAB, just take a breath. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because in real estate practice, I have worked with some people that get so anxious about the home inspection and the home appraisal when they haven't even been done yet. They're like, oh my God, Andrew, everything's gonna be awful. I just know it, the house is just gonna fall down on itself. And I always tell them, hey, simmer down, just take a breath. And then I try to make them laugh a little bit by saying, hey, maybe it's just my country boy turn of phrase, but that's like crying over spilt milk when the milk ain't even left the cow yet. So if the milk hasn't left the cow yet, how can we be crying about that spilt milk? In other words, keep your cool, hashtag JTAB, just take a breath, and let's move hashtag beyond fear, where fear is an acronym for false evidence appearing real. If we're diluting our mindset in reality, that's exactly what it is false evidence. It's just in our head. And the world can be a very scary place, as we all well know, when facts are not in place. Let's not let our world turn into a fearmonger's paradise. Now, hopefully you're going to have the opportunity to meet with your home inspector in person. And when you do, then they'll be able to highlight those things of most concern to them. Now, it is important to remember that a home inspection is not a pass or fail per se, in as much as it's a professional home inspector's judgment call and observation about the condition of your new home and its current condition at the time of the home inspection itself. So please keep that in mind as you move forward, and hopefully if you're able to attend the home inspection, it'd be a great idea so you can ask any questions directly of the home inspector that you have in mind. For now, we're getting ready to roll up. I see the home inspectors are already here. We're waiting for Adrian and Nacole to join us, and it's a home inspection. What could possibly go wrong, right? Let's go find out. Buying your first home is a momentous occasion many of us have dreamed about for as long as we can remember. Meet first-time homebuyers Adrian, Nacole, and their family of 4 as they move forward buying their first family home.
We want to have a space where we can run and stretch our feet and spread our wings and fly.
You'll be with them every step of the way from their home buying game plan meeting.
What makes you happy and excited when you visualize your home?
All the way to their closing day.
He's somewhere up there, proud of me, proud of him.
Watch their story unfold on Real Estate, the Untold Stories.
So in a moment, I'm going to introduce you guys to Jeff and Tori Waldo of Inspector Waldo Home Services. What I'd like to know now is, what are your expectations of the home inspection, and is there anything that you're nervous about right now?
I'm a little nervous. I've never done a home inspection. I'm not like a handy person myself, so I'm hoping it's nothing extreme.
From what I understand and from everything that I feel like I'm not nervous about, but just really like rubbing my hands together is, I guess, what they call like meat and potatoes of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the heating, the plumbing, the electrical, make sure that there's nothing crazy. I mean, there wasn't someone that they just hired that did a crazy job and everything's just whack up in there. So I'm hoping everything is on the up and up.
So you don't want to find any handyman specials?
Not crazy handyman specials, please. These hands are not very handy as of yet.
They're very pretty.
They're very pretty.
Oh, pretty hands, but not handy hands. What are you really saying there?
We're hoping that it's like, again, that I guess that there's just no major issues, that there's nothing that any deal breakers or anything like that, even like something that could be like, you know what, we found this and it's mold and it's rotten here, and something like, oh, okay, well, thank you, but I mean, thank you for that, but I mean, I don't know, it's just, you don't want to have anything crazy jump out at you. That's basically
that makes a lot of sense. So the home inspector's job are to highlight anything that they find with their professional lens, being a home inspector, of what they want to share with you and report back. the findings from anything that's cosmetic to anything that's major, they're going to let us know. Now, they've actually been here for about 45 minutes to 60 minutes right now. A typical home inspection will last almost 2 hours for this size of home. So why don't we join in and see where they are and get you introduced? That brings us to the question of the day. How would you prefer to attend your home inspection? Would you like to attend in person like Adrian and Nacole? Would you like to simply get the report and then review it with your home inspector and your real estate agent? Or would you like to have the option to have a video home inspection done? Tell us what your preference is in the comments below. All right, let's go check in on Adrian and Nacole and see how their home inspection is going. There's one of them right there. There's Miss Tori. Oh, Miss Tori
Hi,
and Jeff.
good
How are
morning.
you? This
Nacole.
is Nacole.
Nice to meet you.
Adrian.
Hello. Hi, young lady. Hi. I'm
Nacole.
Jeff Waldo.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Jeff,
Hi, Adrian.
Fantastic. So I know you guys have been inspecting for about 45 to 60 minutes. So we just wanted to jump in and observe what you're doing. We'll promise to stay out of your way a little bit.
No problem. Any questions you have, you just ask. But at the end of the inspection, we'll take you around, show you everything that we feel is important to you as a home buyer. Okay? But it is a nice house. It really is. I'm Jeff Waldo, owner and operator of Inspector Waldo Inspection Services in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been in business since 2005, and it's a family-owned business, along with my daughter, Tori.
And I've been licensed since 2010.
And she's a great inspector, got lots of inspections under her belt. We inspect 800 homes a year. Each inspection involves a visual inspection of the property. So we want to take a few minutes, walk you around, show you some of the good things that we found. With a verbal description of what we found at the end of the inspection, and then we do a documented digital report that we send you out after. We also come back to examine repairs that were made at your request. We look forward to meeting you in the future should you need a home inspector. Right now, we're going to go and help Adrian and Nacole. Overall, house in great condition, roof is good, sound foundation, but there are some maintenance items that we would put on the report, and there'll be a summary sheet on the report, and it'll give you a bullet list of all the things that we feel are important. But it's up to you to read the whole report, because there will be pictures and other items that we feel that you need to know about, okay? But overall, it's a good house, okay? So let's go ahead and go to the front yard. I want to show you something about right up there. You see the tree that's hitting the house is damaged that edge tile, or that ridge tile. See how it's all wacky there? So underneath the roof is a heavy paper that's waterproof. It keeps the water from getting into the house. So when you expose the paper like that, the sun gets to it and it breaks a hole in it, and then the water can get inside the surface. So we want to put the tile back in place. We don't know if it's broken, but we're going to recommend it get repaired by a licensed roofing contractor.
Okay.
Okay, about $250, $300. Okay. Over here, your sprinklers are kind of an important issue with your house because you do this whole wall here. So there's one of your sprinkler boxes, and it communicates with the time clock that's in the garage. Okay. So you set it according to the times that the water district gives you, like your water on Monday, 3 times a day in the fall. It's different times throughout the year, but they always send you a form letting you know how often you can water legally. And it's important to save water. So what we want you to do is you have some big leaks over here where the water line, you see how the black hose there, it really ought to be under the ground. Above ground, then the sun gets to it. It's just much like the roofing paper, breaks, wastes a lot of water. So nice spacious room, and they put this wall up. I don't think the builder put that wall up. That gives you the separation of the 2 rooms. And I want to point out here, this is something that we just noticed. Hot water heater is an electronic device, does not have a pilot light. When this house was built, they didn't really have tanks like this. So there's no electrical plug for it to run. So they're running an extension cord from here all the way over there. Okay?
The circulation pump
And the fan. Circulation pump and the fan. So it's never a good standard to have extension cords, it's permanent wiring. So best way, we're going to recommend installing an electrical outlet on this side here, dedicated to that area. Okay.
Okay.
Then the door. This is an interesting thing. This is because the house has grass, which is another old school thing. They used to put all the grass up against the wall. Everybody wanted everything green. So the sprinklers are shooting against the wall, but it's damaged the door. Look at that. Yeah. See? And then the wood. Now this is considered an exterior area. So the problem with that, I'm not worried about mildew, mold, things like that. I just want you to know about it. So we need to, one section is we're going to say move the grass at least 2 to 3 feet away from the wall. Okay. Pull the sprinklers back and try something else. You can put plants with bubblers in there if you want. But this is never a good idea. And then repairing the door, okay? Now the door, you can have that repaired. You don't have to replace it, okay? Yeah. But fix the sprinklers, let it dry out really well, and do a repair on it. Oh, cool. All right? So it's a beautiful pool. There's your spa. You guys looking forward to that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So the pool equipment is all working in great shape. You have the new filter housing for the water filters, and you have a multi-speed pump. We're going to recommend you paint the piping here because the sun is rough on the PVC and it will deteriorate it. So you want to paint it.
I just wanted to jump in real quick and share a home inspection pro tip with you. When you're going through the house with the actual home inspector themselves, if you don't know a certain element of a home or how it works, like a pool system or any of the equipment, this is a perfect time to ask. A home inspector, they go into so many different homes. They have so much different experience. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions, especially if it's something that you're not familiar with. We see Adrian and Nacole are buying a house with a pool and they haven't owned one before. So let's make sure that they know how to operate their pool, and along with some best tips of how to take care of their pool moving forward. Now, if you see something on your home inspection you're not clear about, please review it with your home inspector and make sure that you get your clarity.
But it is working. It's good. It's good for swimming.
Very nice.
It's good for human swimming.
Well, why don't you try it out?
Go ahead.
You do see the coping is raised here. Yeah, see where the separation? Right. Yeah, right here.
The coping is the white band between the deck and the tiles.
Yeah, you can stick your finger in there. So that's just through age. As long as your palm trees are 5 feet away from the edge of the pool, you're in pretty good shape here. So that's probably just normal settling here from excessive watering. It's possible this was all grass one time. I don't know, but you need to fill that in with tile grout. And keep an eye on it, but it should, it probably won't continue. Fill it in, and then, but the water level will never get that high, so it doesn't really pose any problems.
Okay.
Now it's time to head upstairs, where Jeff has spotted something in the bathroom.
So the bathroom, nice checkered floor tile. Oh, this is leaking. It's an active leak. Lots of little leaks in here, Tori. So I do have 2 leaks under these sinks, and they're active. Now, it could be because the house has been vacant for a long time. It's very cold in here. Heat's not been on. Causes things to shrink. So both faucets leak at the handles, and then we have a leak underneath here. Just the shutoff valve. But you see the water. They stuck a towel down in here. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it's wet. So it's leaking from this side, and this one's also leaking, okay? So we definitely want to have those repaired, and those will be on the summary sheet. Bathtub and toilet, they're fine. Don't have any problems. And then we go to the master bathroom. This beautiful bathroom is very nice, and you have the jacuzzi tub.
Yay.
So it's working fine. You need a new tub stopper. Okay. It's just not functional. And this is a really frameless shower door. You want to keep up the maintenance, the silicone on the inside, and just making sure that it stays in good shape. And that's every 6 months. You want to give it a visual look, and then if you need to make repairs, you do. It's real simple with the silicone. Okay, and then we had a stain downstairs in the ceiling above the fireplace. So it's this handle. If you'll notice, it leaks when you run the water. So it's just leaking under the tub and going downstairs, okay? And we got a little moisture damage here, okay? But this is the box, That gives you access. Okay, and then when you can actually see the water dripping down in there.
It's your hiding space.
Yeah. So you can put stuff down in there. But that's access, you know.
Right.
That's,
to get to the
yeah, but
the motor and
that's
everything.
very tough.
Right.
Squeeze yourself into there. There is an exterior panel on the outside that you can open up to get to the motors and things like that. Okay, very nice.
That leak that's currently going on to the downstairs, that's a pretty easy
Yes.
fix. Okay.
So you just take the handle off here, and this is considered a Roman tub. So when you buy the part, it's a cartridge, and it'll say Roman tub, and they're extra long.
Okay.
So that'll fix that problem.
Cool.
Okay, minor stuff, $15, $20 for the cartridge, and then somebody to put it in.
Cool.
All right. Overall, you know, the house is in great shape. We were up in the attic. There is no gas today, so Tori and I will have to come back when they turn the gas on to check the furnaces. But they're modern.
They're newer.
And it's well insulated with fiberglass insulation. Got yourself a nice, with your flooring and all your good stuff here. You're just ready to move in. Fix the leaks. Okay?
Nothing, I would say you call super red flags.
No. They took good care of the house. And these are probably, the leaks in the faucets and stuff are probably signs of the house being vacant, just sitting there.
Okay.
The pool stuff, you can see they put a new filter housing out there, so they're aware of it. And
that minor stain on the bottom is like nothing, right? Just paint?
you mean under the,
Yeah. just
underneath
paint.
this? Yeah, just paint.
Cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it dry out real well though.
Okay.
It's not that wet, really. I tested it and it's
Yeah.
not wet but if you use this, it will become wet. Okay?
Got that.
Are you the tubber?
The tubber?
I'm gonna make sure everything's check, done.
Yeah.
So I
And
can jump in the tub. And feel good about it.
yeah. So if you get the report and you and Andrew, you guys sit down and you make a list, you send it to the seller. They don't have to fix anything, but a lot of times they do. There's different ways of handling it, but we'll come back. We do charge extra for re-inspections though. Okay. We'll check everything, make sure it's done right.
Awesome.
Okay.
We'll make sure that we request the repairs that are important to you and that we do everything that we can to negotiate as many of them get repaired or a credit is provided if you guys are amenable to that. Oh my God, Jeff and Tori Waldo are digging really, really deep for Adrian and Nacole for their home inspection. This is a really good thing though. They know more about what's going on with the house before they purchase it so we can negotiate some repairs for them. Now, what my question is here is, what are you learning and what's standing out the most to you about this home inspection process? Please tell us in the comments below. And by the way, if you're getting value out of this, could you do me a really big favor, please? Would you go ahead and tap that like button now and smash that subscribe? All right, let's go back and check on Jeff and Tori and see what else they're digging into.
After the walkthrough, Jeff and Tori will send Adrian and Nacole a home inspection report, which they'll be looking over with Andrew to see if anything needs to be put into a buyer repair request. More on that in the next episode.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, probably the hardest repair is putting that electrical outlet in next to the hot water tank.
Okay, that's the hardest of it because it's gonna be.
Yeah, because they'll have to find a power source and bring it to that area. But it is important.
Yeah.
We want reliable hot water.
Thank you. Now it's time to pay me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So Adrian and Nacole, that was a wonderful time with Jeff and Tori. Why don't you tell us as first-time home buyers what your thoughts are now having witnessed your home inspection for what's going to be your new home?
It was great. They really, look at every nook and cranny, and it was just awesome. I'm at ease knowing and getting the explanation about everything.
Definitely. I think you kind of come in with like, I'm not really sure what's going to happen or if like there's anything, you just have like those, I guess that inner fear, if anything bad's going to happen. But I mean, the way that Jeff explained it, Tori too, about from the pool to leaks and possibly why they're there and even possibly how much it might cost. I mean, it's like real transparent. It's nothing like, oh, you might want to get this, but it's nothing is vague. It's like, this is what's wrong or this is what we should show. This is the common way to fix it. And this is, even other tips that they even gave us about that, which is like she said, put us at ease. I mean, times 10. There's no, I guess, nervousness about the house because you haven't had a house before. You don't know what's gonna.
You don't know what's going to happen,
You don't know what's gonna happen.
We had the two things from the initial time that we met. We had that hashtag JTAB, which is just to take a breath. Sure. It's very easy to freak out whenever you hear leaks about a house and everything, but you see that A lot of this stuff is extremely easy to fix, sounds worse than it is, and that's why we now have that other saying, fear is really just false evidence appearing real. The best way to replace that is with knowledge. Well, you just got some today through the home inspection.
No, it was excellent.
We just got knowledge.
Yeah.
You just got knowledge, right? Hooked up. Educated, right? So next up, what we're going to do is he's going to send us a report. I should have it sometime tomorrow. Then we can schedule a time to meet up at the office, review it together, and make sure that we're asking the seller to make the repairs that are going to be the most important to you. We'll go ahead and get those negotiations done. I'm going to start talking to the agent about the things that we just observed and ask her to get with the sellers now to see, you know, just kind of prime their mind and start formulating a game plan moving forward. Okay.
Cool.
Questions?
I like what I'm hearing. I like what I heard. I like what I'm hearing.
Right? You ready to move in?
Ready for the next one. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit the road and get out of your hair. And I'm going to lock up the house on the way out.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. I'm so glad that you got to join Adrian and Nacole through their home inspection process so you can see what the process realistically looks like. From them going through the house and taking a closer look and deep diving into every component to the education component that Jeff and Tori so well provided to Adrian and Nacole. That's why it's so important just to remember that when you have the butterflies in your tummy, everything will be okay as long as we get it done so that we can make a well-informed decision that's right for you. And the best way to do that is to get educated, gain insight from the professional home inspector so we know what to do next. Speaking of what's next, we're going to get together at the office next time you see us to review their home inspection report together and make their repair request. We'll see you again soon.
Coming up next time,
How are you, good sir? Boom! There we go.
Jeff and Tori have sent over the home inspection report, and it's time to dive deep and see if anything needs to be put into a buyer repair request.
There's that water stain that we want to ask about. What we want to do is find out what caused it.
Oh,
Right,
right.
Will the buyers accept the request, or will they instead opt for a seller credit in lieu of repairs?
Okay, what do I think is reasonable? Look, based upon experience and everything, I'm thinking that
Thankfully, Adrian is still the king of keeping it cool.
who would have thought reviewing a home inspection report and doing a repair request was so much fun?